every aspect of an event should have a champion, because once there is no owner of something, that's where you see chaos. You can't create an experience and not actually read the room and not be as dynamic as possible.
Welcome back to Signals 91.3. This morning we are looking at people, products, and events. People, products, and event PPE. Please join me in absolute black authority welcome Adenike Alli to Signals 91. Just don't worry, you're home, don't worry. You're home, yeah. So we're discussing people, events, people, products, and events. The tech girly has become the event girly. So it means that we're looking at the intersection for people, for you, for products, and for events. Yeah. Now don't worry, it's just you and I. We're gossiping.
I know, right?
So don't worry. Let them. They can stare forever. Like we're here to pass out knowledge. Now, your career spans product management, event experiences. What's the common thread between the three of them?
I think
you look lovely, by the way.
Thank you. I think it stems from intentionality and creativity and flawless execution. Because like on both spectrums, like both ends of the spectrum for products, you have to deliver goods and services and to people, and you have to solve a problem, you have to identify the pain point, you have to just make sure you're serving. And for events, you have to deliver everything end to end for the event KPI, the experience, and the FOMO, and people living there and just saying, who did this? Oh, wow, I experienced greatness. So yes, that's like cut across that.
Now, before we go into flawless execution of events, because that's where you're heading into, you're very much passionate about understanding how people think.
Yes.
How they feel and how they interact. You have met with people across the product divide, across the events divide, and across the underrepresented groups. Please tell me about people.
I would just say like people are like water. And water flows, and water is a force, and water is endless. So people are like water. And why I said water is because like they're different, they're different attributes, they're different features as regards to people, and they have different needs, they have different pain points, and they're just different. But they all have a similar goal, and that's like to exist, to feel, to be nurtured, and to experience. So I would just say, I think to know people is to also know yourself. And so pretty much I would just put it like in a nutshell, like people are water.
With people, they like to be customer focused.
Yes.
They like to say, oh, this is what they want.
Yes.
But very few people listen.
So people listening, I think from like a product management standpoint, part of like my core function is to do like user research.
Okay.
And that's to know the user more than themselves and actually know their pain points. Some people will say A is my problem and B is my solution. And meanwhile, like it is probably C or D. And I have to be able to itemize that, communicate that, and make them experience it so they know that this is the solution or this is your problem, pretty much. And it cuts across every industry, even down to like events, pretty much. Like some people will say, yes, I want XYZ event, but no, the first question I ask is, what's your goal? And still down to product management, people have goals, people have their needs. Like, so once you marry that, you understand that you are the one that equally directs them to like the solution or makes them understand the problem. And from there, you can always like iterate on how the experience would be, how the services or the products would be.
Now, let's go to product a bit. One of our callers pitched her business for product. Yes. Now, what's a product? I get product dev, this dev, that dev. Explain.
Okay, so products in a nutshell is pretty much that's think tangible item or intangible item that solves a problem in a nutshell. So pretty much when you're saying I have a product, that product has users, that
Yes.
product has an industry,
Mm-hmm.
that product has like a pain point that is solving. If you don't have users, if you don't have like your target audience and a problem you're solving, you don't have a product. So the when people are building products, they're actually just solving problems in a nutshell.
But we have a lot of product developers with no
Yes.
product.
Well, I can't say with no products. So they have an
With
idea.
no user experience product, because we
Yeah.
create products,
Yes.
but then the user is not using it.
Yeah. So that's
Because,
where.
for example, if you go to your Google Play Store,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of apps,
Mm-hmm.
apps and apps and apps.
Yeah.
If you look at your phone, how many apps are you actually using?
So I think that's like in the industry, a lot of people actually say that, but there is an app for a solution,
Yes.
and where people like pretty much get it wrong because like you said, oh, they are developers that are building, and if you go to Google Play, is continuing or trying to like it's pretty much around solving the problem.
Okay.
Some people just want to make money, and they just say, oh, I want to build an app because like it's the best thing after jollof rice. Like when it comes to like,
That money is sweet, oh.
well.
Stability is different.
Yeah, like, but I think it's pretty much knowing that don't just go to tech or build a product because you want to make money. Because the first few months or few years, you would cry. Like you would actually,
What tears?
yes, you would. It's premium tears. Like in the ecosystem, like a lot of people that say, "Oh, you want to make money from the jump." Yes, there's some people that do it, but they've done years of research,
Mm-hmm.
years of background work.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the likes of OpenAI and everything,
Mm.
they're saying that, oh, okay, they're making money, or any AI product is making money off the bat. But what did they do behind the scenes? They did a lot of user research.
I miss when we used to use it for free. Now you have to pay.
Yeah, because like it's creating value and you can actually see how
True.
it's making you like efficient and it's making you like more creative and whatever it is you're using it at every touch point. So pretty much I think that is like the foundation of having a good product. Understanding the pain points you're solving, the user you are actually targeting, and the industry. Either you are even niching down or you are going broad, but you need to understand the field that you're playing, and you can't. Then obviously monetization.
So
You need
which comes
to-
first, money or product?
Well, no, identifying the pain points comes first because if you're solving a problem, people will pay you.
True.
Because once there's like a need, you are like, this thing's hurting me, and you just put, oh, pay me $1, 1,500 naira, 50 naira. I'm like, okay,
There's something here.
yeah, and that's where the value proposition comes in.
Mm.
So you need to actually have like a unique value proposition that you're like, okay, I am Adenike, I'm selling you XYZ because I know that you have a pain point. And I know that you might do anything, almost everything, to be able to solve that problem.
That particular problem.
Yes.
Now, what separates successful products from products that fail, especially in the African market?
I'll start with people. And that's because like for every good idea you have and every problem you want to solve, you need people.
Yeah.
And people make or break whatever it is that you have. If you hear like the success story of every like big fintech, you see that the foundation group, they had like sleepless nights. They were passionate. They were driven. They just wanted to succeed. If you don't have those people, especially for the foundation of the organization, and even imbibe it as like the cultural goals for your organization, that product will fail. No matter how much money you have as your capital or
your
investment or whatever it is,
or
it
venture,
would fail.
it will fail.
It will fail.
Now, when we look at different products and services, are Africans late adopters or early adopters?
I would say early adopters. Let's use crypto as an example. A lot of people, I'm serious. Like a lot of people like outside Africa, well, they still like have this skepticism with crypto. But if you see what we are doing with crypto in Africa, especially Nigeria, whatever it is, people will still have negative things to say. But what I'm trying to say is that do you see how like early, early
Yeah.
we are in terms of like adopting
Crypto.
crypto, even AI?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, a lot of people are still like, oh, I don't want AI. But if you see what people are doing on Facebook,
Really?
WhatsApp, Instagram, I'm like, ah, God, it should like, but it's a good thing.
So it means that we get on it very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We use it and squeeze it, and then we dump it onto the next thing.
Yes, but let me also be very sensitive to the
Yeah.
fact that there's a gap.
True.
So there's a certain percent of people that are early adopters, and that's because of their level of exposure or their location. Some people don't have access to all these things I'm saying because, like, one, they don't have devices, their
Okay.
location, internet
Mhm.
access, and stuff. But beyond that, I would say if we had like what the advanced countries had, our adoption rate would be like 10x. I'm currently doing my MBA, and one of the courses I worked on was emerging markets, and one of the materials was like the world is going to be shifting towards the emerging markets because like the other markets have been tapped out.
Oh yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And for us now, people are going to be looking at us, the emerging markets.
Would Africa continually be an emerging market?
Let's hope that we grow and innovate fast.
Mm-hmm.
Our rate of innovation is actually impressive.
Over 10?
Well, I'll say 7, and that's 7, 6, 7.
6. I am going at 6.
I'll say 6, 7 because like we have like a lot of infrastructural things. We have policies that are not even available. We have a government that we need to like that needs to look into like and put it forefront because like if you see the youths are innovative, the youths are creative, the youths are so we need everything 360 to make us at par to go out of the emerging markets. With like the phrase.
Now let's talk about events and experiences that she likes. That way you see our homes come out now. So just watch me. Before we came on air, I was asking what's the meaning of Ventiva, and because it looks Italian, like it looks like
it has its roots actually. It's event and it's creativa. And creativa is derived from like European roots and Latin roots.
It won't be Ojo, no, so don't worry.
Funny enough, it wasn't my idea. Shout out to JD, my very good friend. Okay. He was actually the one that put together the words, and I was like,
it makes sense. Collecting royalty now.
Yeah, because like Ventiva actually like encompasses what it is. We do creative, unique events. If you check every of the events we've done, there's nobody that has not come back to us to be like, God, that's flawless. And for sometimes I pinch myself after like
did we just create that?
Yeah, I pinch myself after every event or after every. Can you imagine like doing it from like strategy level, conceptualization to reality? And I'm like, this is massive. Yeah.
Now, so far, how many events have we done?
So off my head, I'll say over 30.
30?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's pretty much span around like. I love social events, but where I flourish is corporate. I love branding. Like I really like how corporate entities are very, very particular about their brands.
Oh, yes.
You see some people that will tell you take down that entire wall because the color looked off, or the typography looked X, or it doesn't just align, or we just like mid building. Just be like, oh, this thing doesn't meet the KPI. Let's change it. So that trail, and actually watching like even like the second end users, like especially when they're creating experience for their community and their users, it's lovely.
It's lovely. It's lovely having you sis here with me and share with us the flawlessness of events. And so I look at corporate events, and that's what we're going to have to talk about more. You go for events, corporate events, and for observers, so we have a lot of observers who just by the way the roll-up banner is standing gives a message. By the way they are seated at the attendance Sometimes you go for events, the people at the attending point,
Mm-hmm.
they look very nice at the
Yeah.
beginning, and then by the close of event, everybody has gone back to regular. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, can't you just maintain that till the very, very end? I
Yeah.
know we're humans,
Mm-hmm.
but there's just that thing that, okay, if I'm willing to say, oh, you're going to handle my event, you see that energy from there, from beginning to the end,
Mm-hmm.
it must be there. But there is a mix of, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
So,
do. I do. So
how do we reduce the human factor?
you
Or is it a
can't
black thing?
you can't reduce the human factor because like it's the human that is doing the work. Well, to your AI is
AI cannot do it. AI cannot do it.
I'm just saying.
AI
Just saying, you never
AI
can
cannot
tell.
even help you to do anything.
You never can tell. But so for me, I feel like every aspect of an event should have a champion or an
Okay.
owner.
Okay.
So for instance now, registration and
Mm.
guest welcoming and guest management. You need to have a dedicated person that is actually looking at all the lists and checks. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how consistency and the same energy that is happening from point A to Z.
Mm.
Because for instance now, like you have ushers, they're human beings too.
Oh yes.
They get tired and
I feel for
probably,
them.
like they get tired. So you can actually like look at the person that is
Interfacing.
yes, or the coordinator would like, oh okay, 2-3 of you can take a break,
Shuttle.
yes, come back and make sure that you look fresh and smile always, and always know that our guests are the king. So like, yeah, if you have any issues, report to me.
Even when they are sharing souvenirs.
Yeah, if you have any issues, report to me. So there's like orderliness, because once there is no owner for
Mm.
something, that's where you see chaos.
Mm.
And also, the owner of the thing knows that they are the owner of the thing, and they know their job description and their responsibility. It's spelled out. So the person is not second guessing. I'm like, I thought it's Felicia that is handling guest management, or is handling stage, or is handling like speaker, or is handling like backdrops or production or something. So everybody has to have some level of ownership. So that's why for me, I love when like we are actually experiencing the event ourselves.
Mm.
So everybody on my team, they know that I don't joke. I have some form of, let's say, OCD or ADHD.
No, it's not ADHD, it's OCD.
Yeah, like if I see a banner, my team or like everybody on my team, they even have that. That's why I love it, because when we are picking ourselves, because I always say we pick ourselves, so they choose me and I choose them. And they know once they see a banner, even they themselves, they are the ones that be like, oh no, this has to be straight. So once you have those kind of people and those kind of level of I don't know, ownership, they actually tend to do execute something flawless.
Give
And
it
even
time.
I myself, I try to even stay back,
So that they can.
yeah, so that they can actually like absorb themselves. A lot of events that I wasn't even in the country that has happened and flourished because like there's a structure that we all created together.
Many organizations spend heavily on events but struggle to create a lasting impact. Now, with your product and design and brand experience, what do you think people should remember after the event has long gone? I'm sure with over 30 events, if I ask you now, tell me 2 events that still stays with you till tomorrow. The facial expression is there.
Yeah, well, I'll say I remember all my events, to be very honest. Like I remember every bit is because I take every event as a baby. For me, like it's my baby. I'm very passionate about every event. But to turn to your question, to create some form of like FOMO and also like a lasting
FOMO is fear of missing out.
yeah, so and a lasting like impact is first thing I do is once a brief comes to my table, I ask what's the KPI, what's the goal. Like I try to understand the users that are coming or the people that the guests that do a little bit of research, because like obviously I'm a product manager in my other life, so like that research I try to like have a lot of conversation and try to understand. So I work with a lot of like heads of communication and heads of marketing and even CEOs that try to like tell me directly
This is what we
want. And during our conceptualization, we make sure that every touch point when the customer is coming, or the guest is coming, they are
They feel the brand.
yeah, they're ticking those box of everything that maybe the head of comms or the CEO or whoever it is that is like the stakeholder for that event is trying to meet.
Hmm.
And I won't tell you that everything works smoothly.
Mm-mm.
But once we find out that something is about to like move, we actually expedite like changes or solutions and just so and inform the stakeholder this is what's happening and all those things. And at the end of the day, we also read body language
Hmm.
from like stakeholders and some from the
The guest,
guests
the
as well,
audience.
the audience as well. So when people are yawning, people are like, yeah, because like conferences, you just see like some people are like pressing their phones. So it's a cue to actually send a cue card to
The MC.
the MC or the person presenting that, or maybe tell a joke or something like, yeah. Or like when you see like people are like pressing their phone or something, like maybe we need to move like food or menu like upwards or something like that. So you can't like create an experience and not actually read the room and not be as dynamic as possible.
Hmm.
Some people will say, oh, my event flow is
Mm.
permanent. Like you have to go in by the letter T, but it's not the same because what if your speaker is stuck in traffic?
Perfect. Mm.
Or like maybe like the technical issues that or act of God. Do you understand? So you
Act of God is wrong.
yeah, like it's a lot of things, oh, a lot of things, and not to sound very very spiritual, but
But it's okay.
I put God before anything. Like to be very honest, like before I even start anything, I say, God, please don't let my village people, don't let myself take over something. So I think those things are like structural pillars
Mm.
to making sure an event is experiential and it's flawless and people remember, and always do what people like what people like, because like there's trends.
Okay.
There are
This one that people just be dancing on the book.
well, not really that, or their experience and their gifts. Souvenirs, people love their souvenirs. People love
People
food.
love
Yeah,
it.
people love food, and people always like to, especially with conferences, because I do a lot of conferences, and especially with conferences, they love speakers that actually drop gems.
Mm.
Not somebody that is
When I
very
didn't clock it for them.
yeah, like when you're sometimes when I'm in conferences and like the speakers are talking, I'm like, oh my god, that hits. Like I'm sure everybody you see when I'm checking Twitter, because I always like check Twitter after the event or during the event when people are making comments. I'm like, yeah, it's
Okay, we did this one. It's hitting it.
and at the end of the event, I reach out to the
Speakers.
then no the stakeholders, and I'm like, oh okay, how did we do? Do you understand?
Feedback.
Feedback. How did we hit our KPIs? And so it allows you to do well, because the first event I did is actually not the same as the
No, every event is different.
as the 30th or something event that has happened.
Tell me about the 10th event.
Okay, so the 10th event, it was a wedding in Civic Center. So it
I
was
like Civic, by the way.
yeah.
It has this.
Yeah, the couples. It was actually the small panoramic place, but it has the view by the water. And the bride was very particular about what she wants. Like she really knew what she wanted to the letter T.
Wow.
And I remember like being a bit scared to impress her or not to do too much, because she's the kind of person that she's luxury, so she already knows what she wants. And you can't, if you do too much, you might irritate her. If you do less, you might not. Like, so yeah, you have to like pick. And we had like just 100 and something guests. Yeah, just had
In
100.
Lagos.
Yeah, and that's why I said she was very particular about what she wanted.
Good.
There was no pressure anywhere. Like Hannah, the groom, they were very, very in sync.
Okay.
To what
100 guests.
yes, to what they wanted. So shout out to Folashade. And you can even tell from her profession, because she's an investment banker. And she yeah,
the money.
She knows what she wants. And at the end of the day, I just kept on looking at her face. Like she puts her face somewhere. I'm like, there's something.
Right.
I would just send the brother assistant to her, like, oh, okay, ask her questions, or do you want something? And she was like, no, I think it should be faster. I think yeah, like she did
The numbers person.
yeah, she just wanted like everything very fast. Then she was particular about the after party. She wanted to boogie down. She wanted to.
After the numbers.
We had like belly dancers. We had like it was like a full blown experience in a very short time and small space. But she wanted everything. Like people ate, like it was flowing. But at the end of the day, like she sent me a message and she's like, Adenike, I had the best time of my life. Like, let's do the white. This was trad, by the way. So let's do the white. And
we still did 100 people. White.
Yeah.
I love her parents. They were agreement.
Yes.
So if you walk into this room and I say, Nike, what are we going to, what do you want to do with this particular room? For, let's say, Max's room can contain 10 people. What would you do in a room of 10, in a room of 20, 40, 50?
As the venue matters the most for any experience to happen. So when you say 10, these people are sitting there, so are we asking ourselves, is it banquet style? Are they going to be writing anything? What's the experience going to happen? Do you understand? Is it just gisting, or they just want to like do creative things? If it's creativity or like wellness, whatever it is, yoga. Are we... well, not really yoga. I was like, are we actually doing like sip and paint? Do you understand? Are we drawing on tote bags, or are we doing like? I think now I'm in an era where like it's called like healing or something. So are we breaking something and gluing it together? Who is the target audience? Do you understand? Like, is it male or female? Okay, if it's male, or are we actually just putting like a PS or something like that
for them to play?
For them to play. So. In this small space, we can do a lot of things. We can create a lot of experience, but we just need to know the goal, who the audience, and what are we trying to achieve.
Sure. What's the one idea, habit, or mindset shift you would like every entrepreneur, business leader, professional listening to take away from the guru?
I'll say you can't do it all. Okay. You need people. You need God.
Why did you say we need God first?
I wanted to say we need God, but I didn't want to turn it into
it's God.
Like
God.
Yeah, I didn't want to turn it into very spiritual. But you need God first. Then you need people. Then you now need conviction and believing in yourself, because as an entrepreneur, you go through like different stages of grief, like different stages of losses, and the winning is very short, because like when you win, you want something else. For me, I remember like my goal was like, God, please, I want to have my first 5 events. I want, like no, like I'm just trying to say like, and I remember like, to be very honest, I wasn't really profitable for like my even 20th event.
Wow.
Because like what was happening was I was still learning and making a lot of mistakes, like costly mistakes, So
share one that you're comfortable with.
I don't want to say it before the clients actually, but I would give you a scenario.
Yes, please.
So I remember like us like building something.
Okay. Stage.
And yeah, like it was. I don't want to be specific so that the person doesn't catch on, but
no, we are learning.
Yeah, so we're building like an experience, and I realized that I wasn't sleeping. Yes, so because I wasn't sleeping, you'll
be yes.
And my team actually brought something to me. I was like, no, that's not the color that they really want.
Madam is already stressed out.
And I kept on saying, not approved, not approved. And my team lead was like, this thing is...
He's hitting it.
I was like, you guys go and build it. And at the end of the day, we snapped the first picture and sent it to the clients. Like, oh, this is like... I'm like, no, this is not our color.
And you were like, right.
Do you know they built this thing, and this thing is very expensive, like almost 5 million kind of thing. What do I do?
We go back to drawing board.
And I paid it. And like, you pay. And I just, you can't scream at anybody but yourself. I first of all went to my team, apologized to them, and I told them, you know what? You guys handle everything. And I just went to sleep. I actually went to sleep. Because I just realized that, okay, I was bad.
No, there was a burnout.
Yeah, for that setup. So I just took a step back. But it cost me. It cost me.
Welcome, you will get it back, I promise.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very big one.
So that speaks to the person of the entrepreneur, the person of the business owner. It means that there are days whereby you were falling short and
so you just always know that, okay, there are low days and there are high days. and you just need to absorb it. Celebrate short wins. People don't actually, especially like we Nigerians, because we are very like goal oriented. We are go getters.
A process.
Yeah. The minute you win something, you're like, oh, what's next? Meanwhile, you need to like back into that. Yeah, feel it in. One thing I have always been doing, like recently, is that after every event, I just go down to my knees and I was like, God, please, thank you for this. I actually put in my notes or my phone and be like, oh, okay, this one is this.
It's a win.
It's a win. And my younger sister is very deliberate. She's into PR and stuff. She'll be like, Nikki, why don't you put it out there? I'm not putting it out there again.
I'm not. I'm not.
Anyways, what am I trying to say is that you need to celebrate it. If it's like to just pop champagne or juice or something, and take a picture. Always take pictures. Always take and take learning calls. Like, what did you learn? What worked for that event? What made it? Not even just event, product, service. What worked? Do you understand? What stood out, and can it be replicated? What do I need to do to make sure that this is a consistent pattern?
Now, speaking of consistent pattern, you have done events and products in nearly a decade plus and counting. What failure taught you the most valuable lesson? Not the money. What failure?
I would say far back as my early days. I remember there's this product. I was working for an e-commerce company, and there's this product called 1K Store. And it was like the biggest thing in the company. And a lot of people buy, and even the sites would crash, and everything was happening. And I remember being very, very attached to that product. But we had to learn the hard way, like losing a lot of money, losing a lot of things. It just let me know that you need to let go, because we were hemorrhaging in terms of money, in terms of resources, and the moment we actually let go, trust me, the sky was like the starting point. So for me, I think that I wouldn't really call it failure. I'll call it a lesson.
Lesson is valuable.
Lesson.
Letting go is
Yes.
valuable.
It's good to let go of something that is not working. Like they'll say, fail fast.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that you are learning.
Mm-hmm.
And it cuts across every industry. So is there like a direction? Puts KPIs, puts metrics. And that's one thing a lot of people don't do. Putting metrics on the line, like, okay, this is the metrics. If this thing doesn't meet this thing, you drop it at X time. The moment you start to extend it, your heartbreak, your resources, everything will be depleted. And the moment you actually let go, it will be painful. In every part of your life, every part of the cut across this lesson, the moment you let go, you'll not be asking yourself, why didn't I do this earlier? Why did I have to wait?
I think it's just an emotional attachment.
Yes, and that's because, like, even when you're building products or having events or something, there's an attachment. It's good to be attached because it gives this passion in it, but you need to know when to let go. So I think if I look at it 360, that's the biggest lesson I learned.
So fast.
Yes, and I've applied that lately, like in almost everything I've been doing, because like I remember like the current place that I work, like we've iterated over like very different, and when now we're looking at, I'm like, oh, thank God we dropped this, thank God we did this, thank God we learned this, because you need to actually keep on evolving as a human being. Talk less of a product or service, you need to evolve. So how do you evolve? You learn fast, you fail fast, so you can learn fast. And failing is not a bad thing. Like Iceland, do you know how many times he failed before he was able to like hit that mark? So let's embrace failure.
I'll go and look for let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, finally, because our time is almost up,
Okay.
what do you think about the creative economy, the Nigerian creative economy?
I love it. Like, they give me bliss. Like, every time I'm outside the country and I see what we do outside and even inside, I'm like, there's nobody that can do it like us.
No.
Nobody. Like, down to even events. Yes, like, oh, there are some countries that, leave it to them, Dubai, Qatar, like, leave it to experience.
Or bring the party home.
But when it comes to party,
I'm like a party.
we are very experiential. From a social standpoint, from a corporate everything, we are very intentional in terms of like everything we create. I remember like currently we're diversifying into like destination for social events, destination events and all that, and learning like our cultural differences.
It's beautiful.
Like, you people, you're playing where we are playing. You're like, you people are letting work where we are letting work. You people should please leave it to us. But it's also good to like learn that, okay, there's some people that are not at par, so you need to understand and you need to learn. But when it comes to like the creative economy or the creative people in Nigeria, 10 over 10. Yeah, as in everybody is doing it like in.
But there's this challenge.
Yeah.
Where it's been nagging at me. Luxury, bougie, which would you consider class? When you go for an event and you're like, this is class. You know there's class and there's class.
Yes.
You know there's luxury and there's luxury. And you know there's luxury. What would you consider?
This is very interesting. I remember so we're doing a little bit of rebranding, and I remember speaking to like the person that's in charge, and she was like, "Oh, Adenike, what do you want Ventiva to be seen as?" I said luxury brand, and she was like, luxury is it has different dimensions. And I was like, okay. She was like, use another word. And I struggled, to be very honest, because like everybody's doing luxury, and I'm like, okay. I think unique.
Okay.
I think prestigious.
Okay.
I think out of the ordinary. You can do less
with more,
and you can do more with less. So it depends on how you look at it. Some people would spend money on brands that the logo is everywhere, and that's their definition of luxury. Do you understand? So I would say luxury is in the eyes of the builder and the person, because like I don't want to mention like names and stuff, but I was just trying to say like luxury it's like a feeling of the, will I say, supreme, like being like outside the ordinary. It's curated. It's curated, carefully curated, and I don't want to even use the word classic, because like classic is diverse, but luxury is also not cheap. Do you understand?
Yeah, and there are different kinds of luxury.
Yeah, and one thing I always tell my clients when they say, "Oh, they want luxury, but there is a like very very low on budget," I'm like, "No, we can do something minimal, not luxury." So there's two different things.
Three actually.
Yeah, 3 year. But I'll just say
luxury. There's luxury average, and there's luxury.
Yes, okay. But I think luxury is like it's felt. It's your opinion. It's different.
Your
things. Yes.
Okay then. Now our theme today is people, products, and events. If a business gets only one of these right, it may survive. If it gets all three, it can thrive. In your view. And that's the last one. How do organizations successfully connect people, products, and experiences to build lasting brands?
I think put things into perspective.
Okay.
Create structure. And also create goals. And know how to make your money. Because like when I say put things into perspective, first of all, there's God, then there's people, there's structure, there is parts to identifying the problem, or maybe structure before I identify the problem before
structure. Problem.
Yeah, and actually knowing how to make money. A lot of people don't know how to make money. A lot of people have businesses. They think that they are making money, but they are not making money. You're just getting revenue. Do you understand? I was there for a very long time in my life. So getting revenue. And it was now when we were trying to like do accounting and say like, yeah, hemorrhaging, this is like minus. So a lot of companies are actually in that space. So know what profitability is and monetization means. So yes.
Thank you very much for executing a flawless conversation. Yeah. So we'll come your way again next week, Saturday, like we always say. Thank you so much, Adenike Alli of Ventiva. If you're looking for her, she's on Instagram. Yes. You will find her there, and well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
So we'll come your way again next week, Saturday, like we always say on Signals. The team is Stay Alive this 2026. Nobody is dying on me.
Yes.
Have a wonderful week. and God bless.
Yeah.